All right, check this out. We are taking a walk on the darker side of history of Davenport. Now, if you ask the German American Heritage Center and Museum, it would tell you Davenport has a checkered past filled with murder, deception, and ghost sightings. Now, if that sounds intriguing, Claire Tobin with the museum is here to tell us how you can explore a bit of that history. Claire, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you've done this for several years now. This is, it seems, wildly popular with people.
Yeah, usually toward the end of the season we are selling out and people are asking if
Yeah.
we're doing more, but yeah, it's very popular.
Give me a sense of what folks can expect. What is all of this about?
Yeah, so our walking tours, well, our darker side walking tours, we walk through downtown Davenport and stop at different sites and talk about kind of the seedy history of Davenport. So there's a lot of murder cases, mysteries, bar fights, things like that that end kind of badly. And so we talk about those stories, and a lot of the stories revolve around German immigrants or talk about the neighborhood that German immigrants stayed in. So that's kind of the focus of our tours.
What is the appeal to people about these tours?
Well, it's fall and it's spooky season, so I think people are a little bit more interested in true crime, paranormal, things like that. And so we give an opportunity to learn some true crime, some history, and it can be fun. It's fun to get outside and walk around and see different sites that we visit on the tours, like buildings that you drive by every day, and you never knew that something bad happened there. So it gives you a little bit different perspective on the history of our city.
Yeah, because there is so much that we just live in and kind of get to sort of, not knowingly, as you said, experience.
Right.
Let's talk about how you did sort of the research for all of this. Where did you get some of these stories, and how have those stories sort of almost developed over the years?
Most of our stories we find from newspaper clippings, from like newspapers.com, which have digitized a lot of historical newspapers. So lots of stories from the QC Times and the Rock Island side too. So they're based in fact, based in history, and some of the paranormal things come from testimonials from people. So we don't know if those are necessarily true, but if you are into paranormal, there's some fun anecdotes with that too.
Yeah, it makes for a great story either way.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk a little bit about maybe the reaction that you've seen from people in terms of, like, after they walk away from this, because you're talking about some dark stuff, some scary stuff potentially. Did they have a good time, or did they kind of just feel the weight of everything that you talked about?
Yeah, I think for the most part, it's a good time. People, they know what they're walking into, and they're not haunted tours in the sense that we have people jumping out at you. It's not scary like that. But all of our stories are true, and we tell them in a respectful way that's, for knowledge, for sharing stories, and not to gawk necessarily, but to tell the history in a way that, otherwise people wouldn't be exposed to or know, because there's no other way to find those things out.
For that reason, is this good for kids, or maybe it's for older kids? What's maybe the right audience?
I think it depends on your kid. We usually recommend 13 and up with, adult supervision, but I don't think there's scary things that, a teenager would be averted to. But we do talk about murder and prostitution and things like that. So if you're not comfortable with your kid learning about those things, maybe wait till they're older.
Yeah, serious topics for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, give me the details, not only of this event and of these tours, but everything else that you have going on as well. Kind of give me a rundown here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the tours are $20 a person. They start this weekend, so you can find tickets on our website. Or if you want to avoid the online transaction fee, you can call us and we can book it for you over the phone. And yeah, we meet in the lobby of the museum, and then we take a walk through downtown. It's about 1.5 miles, so it's not too long, and we have frequent stops. So it's very doable. We make sure that we're being safe with weather forecasts and things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the tours. they're fun, and yeah.
Yeah, and there's other things people can enjoy as well.
Yeah, actually, this weekend we have a fall vendor fair. So the museum is free all Saturday, and then in the evening on Saturday we have a paranormal investigation of our building, which is part of that seedy history. There's a long history of the German American Heritage Center building, and so that's all on our website as well. And then we have our other Oktoberfest in Rock Island on October 4th at the Hauberg Estate. So that'll be a fun time. Not spooky, not scary, more Oktoberfest fun festivities. So
either way, so much to do.
Definitely.
All right, Claire, thank you so much for taking the time to share all this with us.
Of
all right,
course.
good luck
Thanks.
with those tours.
Thank you.
All right.